Hi, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Early Bird Playoff Report. Let's take a look at the two games yesterday as we had some real good ones in the bank for us. Coming up. All right, guys, you forgive me, I'm half awake. My goodness, this dog is eating up my energy last night. Guys, things will get back to normal this weekend. That's all I can tell you at this point with this. You'll get to meet this dog eventually. I'm just waiting until it's official, that we got her. Okay. All right, let's look at the games yesterday. My goodness, this game in Florida, what a dagger. Let's look at the two games. Here we go. And there you see the first one in the East. Tampa Bay Lightning, defending champs, go into Florida and break the hearts of the Florida fans. I don't know if Florida can bounce back now. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what they're made of. And Colorado get a dose of reality, finally. Well, they were due for a loss. That's the way I'm looking at yesterday. They were due to lose. St. Louis is a good team. And St. Louis gave them a little lesson in humility, 4-1 in Colorado. So we'll have to see how those series go from this point on, especially that Colorado series. I'm curious. I'm not so shocked at Tampa, guys. I'm not. I'm really not. I expect Tampa to be hell to put down now after escaping Toronto. I really do. So we'll have to see what the Florida Panthers are made of now. Now we're going to see for sure. Were they pretenders or are they contenders? We'll know next game in Tampa. Let's look at let's go to that game and take a look at the highlights. Here we go. Well, I should say the clips and not the highlights. Here we go. Okay, Colton scores with 3.8 seconds left. Lightning defeat Panthers in Game 2. And look at these numbers, guys. I mean, Florida did everything right. They just couldn't win. Look at the numbers. Florida had 36 shots. Tampa had 28. Face-offs, they had the edge also, 57-43. Tampa, of course, scored their usual one goal a game in the playoffs. Well, on the power play, they score every game, it seems, on the power play this playoff. Panthers 0 for 4. But that's a concern at this point, guys. I think there's something like 0 for 25 now in the playoffs. You can't win without your special teams. So hits 35 for Tampa. Good hitting game, but look at Florida, 52. 24 blocks for Tampa, 14 for Florida. And giveaways, 9 for Tampa Bay, 10 for Florida there. Let's look at the shots. First period, 10-6 Florida. Second period, 16-14 Florida. Third period, 10-8 Florida. 36-28 for the game. And that's what happens when you play the mentally stronger team. That's just what happens. You win the game, but you lose. This is just what happens. I wouldn't be surprised if Tampa sweep them. I really wouldn't be. I'm pulling for Florida, but it wouldn't shock me. Tampa Bay is so ready right now, it seems. Let's go out west. Here we go. Perron Blues defeat Avalanche in Game 2, even the series. Very impressive win, too, I might add. All right, let's take a look at the numbers. Shots on goal, 32-31 for the Blues. Look at that face-off, 61% to 39. Both of them get a goal on the power play, both 1 for 2. The Blues show up physically, folks. We should have a drum roll for that one. The Blues show up physically, 38 hits to 45 for the Avalanche, though. So the Avalanche continue their hitting ways, but they ran into a team that was willing to hit back. And the blocks, 18 for St. Louis. St. Louis were just doing everything they could to frustrate Colorado in this game. 18 blocks to 5. And the giveaways, the Blues had 8 and the Avalanche 7. Let's look at the shots on goal here. St. Louis in the first period, 14-8. Colorado the edge in the second, 11-10. And Colorado outshoots them 12-8 in the third. And you could see real tight numbers there, 32-31. St. Louis have the edge in shots. Now, this game, okay, what I seen, my take on this game is, you need to keep Binnington in net, St. Louis, at all costs. If you're going to have any chance of winning this series, I said it from the start of the playoffs, I couldn't believe the guy that brings you to the cup was not your starting goalie. I don't care what he's done in the regular season. I don't care. That was a bad call. Now they got the right goalie in the pipes now. Now you guys have a chance. And they probably would be out right now if they wouldn't have brought in Binnington. Again, the guy who I thought should have got the Conn Smythe when they won their Stanley Cup. And, in this game, St. Louis showed up physically. It's their first physical playoff game in since Boston Game 7, whatever. They have to, this I believe, okay, for me, just as a neutral fan, I believe St. Louis, this is their biggest playoff win since they won the Stanley Cup. This right here yesterday. Those were exercising some demons yesterday, going back home. This is huge if you're a Blues fan. This is huge what they did. Really, really huge. And I'll touch on, of course, oh my God, this poor Florida team, folks. Just God, this poor Florida team. Like, what are they going to do? What are you going to do with that? I mean, you're up against the champions who rediscovered how hungry they were in Game 6 against Toronto, scored overtime, and from that point on, it's bad news for the rest of the league, it seems. Bad news. They just might win their third cup in a row. We'll see. Wouldn't that be a story? Because here they are facing elimination, Game 6 first round, but they go on to win the Stanley Cup. It could happen. It really could. St. Louis, if they can go home, and I'm not saying they're going to do this, but if they can go home and sweep both those games, then Colorado, there's a playoff issue because they're doing everything right as far as I'm concerned this year. This time around. Not the last few times, no. But this time around, I think they identified, I don't know, it's weird how teams won't talk about the physical game, eh? They just won't talk about it, even to the cameras, and they just don't talk about it. And I remember McKinnon last year saying, I didn't win crap. I haven't won crap with this team. I mean, yeah, well, you were dead last in the league in hitting, you guys. What do you expect, I mean, I'm surprised he didn't call out his teammates last year that way. If he wants to call them out about losing, then put out what's really going on, But this time around, it seems like Colorado's adapted to that, and they're ready for that, and they're doing it. Colorado's doing it. So if I'm Colorado, I don't change nothing. I don't change any of my game. You're just playing a good team. You were due to lose. Colorado was due to lose. Let's face it. They're not going to go undefeated all playoffs, no matter who they are. So Colorado comes into next game with a fresh start, so to say, right? There's a fresh start for Colorado. So I think they'll be in good shape. I wouldn't be surprised if Colorado bounced back next game. I really wouldn't be. But if St. Louis win, the Blues are for real. If they win next game. I'm going to wait and see until then to make my own personal decision then. But, it's not that the Blues don't have character in that dressing room. They won a Stanley Cup. They're just not as talented as Colorado. They're just not. But that doesn't matter. That really doesn't matter, as you guys know in the playoffs. That doesn't matter. It's which team is more hungry, which team is more desperate to win, and which team is playing the better 60-minute game. And if you go and look at Tampa Bay, they're not supposed to win this series, but they might go through them fast because mentally they're more ready. I mean, I'm watching Florida yesterday, and I'm like just, oh my God. It's like they're not scoring in this playoff. They're not scoring on the power play. I think they're 0 for 25, something like that. It's nuts. Like, you can't do that, Florida. You cannot do that in the playoffs and succeed. It's going to be really strange as this playoff moves along, folks. I mean, if Florida and Colorado get knocked out. Tell me that's not strange, really. All right, that's it, guys. The early bird is singing, and this guy's still sleeping, so I got to wake up. I got to get about my day. Yes, I'll have a normal night tonight because I don't have to go in tomorrow, and this dog won't be knocking me out all night like she's been doing. So we'll see you folks later on this evening. I've got already a few things lined up. And yes, there will be an Amerks report for the record, Sabres fans. There will be an Amerks report, absolutely. Rochester won. So I'll be reporting that. I'm waiting for the footage. Once I got the footage, the video will be up. That's it, guys. I'll see you tonight, hopefully with that Amerks video also. And I will be home and give take after dinner. I'll see you then, guys. I gotta go. Gotta walk the little girl. See you then.